What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV. Back again this afternoon as the transfer show, and also NUFC news as well. And I've got the usual suspects in the room. I've got Tony, I've got Pete. How are you guys? You good?
Very well, John. Very well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, this is going to be fiery, guys. It's really going to be fiery in the chat as well.
I mean, yesterday, obviously, I was out for the day. I went to Skegness for the day, and look, my phone just all the time was bling, 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 and the other half saying, "What's your phone?" And I said, "Oh, it's because all this going on in us, Gordon and everything." It was just like absolutely madness. People messaging me, "What's happening? What's happening?" Like, oh, I don't know. I know as much as everybody else knows, not a lot. So yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I had messages of people saying that they're losing interest in football now and now going to walk away from it and go and support either another team like in the non-league or something, or go and watch a different sport because football's dead. And I said, exactly, football is dead. It's dying rather quickly.
Yeah, I'll go with that, Tony, as well, because you know what it is, right? The Premier League, I've always said the Premier League is not the best league in the world. Never have been, never will be, right?
Never will be, John.
You know what it is, right? It's just all it is, right? It's just looks after the big six. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's only the big six. And that's it. Because at the end of the day, the turn of the Premier League into the Super League is the Super League. Let's be real, right? It is the Super League.
May as well be called that.
Add it up. Yeah, because it's getting the squeeze, so it's getting a big bit of a joke. But anyway, guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Super chats are open as well. If you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. So please help me becoming a member. And let's go to some comments as well. Hi to Blencher. Hope you're well. One of Pete's crew. Mason, hi to you, my guy. Hope you're well. Big up to JK. Hope you're good. And thanks for the message yesterday, JK. I appreciate that. Not hi to you. It's been a crazy weekend. We're going to discuss that in
a second. About it.
Toon Army, big up to you, Bride. Certainly mill for 2 players in the spat. But Christ, I look at the rules. They're still the same rules from back in 2013. The company has changed and will change again on Friday. What is the Premier League doing? We'll discuss that later.
Protecting the so-called you-know-which clubs.
Yeah, fact. Absolute fact. Peter, is that alcohol in the coffee cup? That's a miss.
No, just coffee.
And we'd love to see it on Monday and in Nacho from Sport to come to take the latter. The latter's brilliant. Big up to Alison. Ali, Alison, hope you're well. Long time no see. And I hope you're well. And welcome back to my channel as well. And ever since Alison, Chelsea's just signed KDH apparently.
All right.
Who's that?
Dewsbury Hall.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, that's a surprise.
No, definitely not surprised at all.
It is. And there you go. Hi, John, Tony, Peter. We're not happy Newcastle fans now because Elliot has left Newcastle for Jonathan Kate. No, it is Jonathan and Kate, right? Not lying, right? But we had no choice. We had to sell them because
we had no choice. Plus, what they offered, I think that was too good to turn away. Considering it's a player that's coming from the academy ranks and it's had a couple of loan spells.
35 million quid.
And the player could have been down the pecking order, possibly. Maybe.
Absolute facts. And I'm not going to read the next one. If you said Lautaro Martinez, I would have been happy. So I'm not going to read the next comment, but thank you very much indeed for that. That could be marks are disgusting and hate the big six. That's from Mark. Mark, you're not on your own. It's not such a big six. It's just the Premier League in general. Afternoon to Ian. Hope you're good. Neil John Conwell now. Alison, wish you a speedy recovery. Alison, wish you a speedy recovery, and please stay strong first. You know exactly where I am. If you're on social media, you can send us a DM anytime you want. It's open. And big up to Mr. Wilson. Hope you're well. Chiesa and perhaps tomorrow position in comments. Yeah, I mean, could possibly. I mean, Chiesa's not having the best of tournaments at the minute, but for Milan's fantastic. Tomorrow's quality as well. And hi to Robert. So just a question. We're really off from PSR FFP. Now, even I'm not happy, they said better than selling Isak, Gordon, Bruno. Robert, you got a point, miss. Yeah. You're absolutely right. 110%.
We don't know how much we're off it. They haven't told. Did they tell? Well, they're not going to tell fans, but
no, they won't.
You've just kind of, in a way, like to know how much we've needed to generate to keep up with this PSR bullshit, which is what I'm going to call it now, because it is an absolute load of bollocks.
I agree. And Tiger wants Eddie Howe to be gone. If he's got an opinion, and John, vote for him as the sexiest man on YouTube Awards. No, Martin, there's a football creator competition as well. You go online, you can vote for me for that as well. And Pete and Tony, thank you very much indeed for that. I really appreciate that. Bonnie lad, big up to Sean. Hope you're well, mate. Big up to Mick. Big up to Andrew. Big up to Tony as well. And I'm not getting political, but the economy has changed. The Premier League needs to realise this 105 mil over the year doesn't work. Inflation has gone up since 2013. Mate, you're absolutely right. And the Premier League is an absolute joke. I've heard we need to generate 35 million quid, Tony.
Well, it said 30 million, but obviously, see what a lot of people were getting mad at last night was when the fact is when Keith Downey put out a post saying, although Minteh is gone, there will have to be another sale because we are still short of the PSR target, which was supposed to be 30 million, which would have made it a £4 million shortfall. Because if you look at the fact, when we signed Minteh, we've made a £26 million profit. So there was that £4 million shortfall. So that's where the Elliot Andersons come in. For 35 million, I think it's great business. It is really good business. Look, I don't want to sound bad. Look, I know it's great that we're having a Geordie coming through the ranks like Elliot Anderson but let's be honest, he's going to be surplus to requirements next season because we're stacked in midfield. We have Harvey Barnes, we have Anthony Gordon on the left, we have Joe Linton who can play left. We've got Joe Willock who plays left midfield. We're going to have Tonali back. We've got Bruno, we've got Lewis Miley, we've got Longstaff at the moment if he's still here next season. So, look, we're pretty much stacked in midfield. So, where's the room? Where's he going to fit in? And I can't see it. So, the best of luck to the lad of Forest. Hope he does it for them. And, look, it may be good business for us in the future. I may look at it and think, oh, hang on, maybe we should have kept him. He may not be, we don't know. But the thing is, we're stacked in midfield, and maybe it's probably best for him if he wants some first-team football to go there. Maybe he takes over Morgan Gibbs-White because he'll probably be on his way out. I know Spurs are very much keen on Gibbs-White, so he could be on his way to Spurs. So, look, we'll wait and see on that one. But I think, overall, it's a good deal for the club. Yes, it's annoying that we have to sell these players. And if the rumours are true, that the Premier League have deliberately delayed 2 sponsorship deals for us, and which has meant that we've now had to sell these players through them, then I hope the club take legal action and take them to the cleaners, because it's about time clubs now started stand up against the Premier League and say, no, it's anti-competitive, you can't do this. If they have delayed it on purpose, it's absolutely ridiculous. But one question is, obviously the Champions League money and that, surely that would have been factored in for the 30th. But then it also goes back to the fact is, if you go back to January when we tried to sell Miggy Almiron, and because of his reluctance and he would not leave, then when he wouldn't leave, this has put us in this mess of having to sell 2 players as well. Because if he had just done the right thing and left, it would have helped us out, like ESM did when ESM left the club. At least he said, I don't want to leave, but I understand I'm going because I know you have to keep in line with FFP, PSR and all this. So, he actually had his head screwed on and said, as much as I don't want to leave, I understand it's time for me to go because I need to help the club out. And to help the club out, so why can't Miggy do the same? And he's just had 2 awful games for Paraguay, Miggy Almiron. And he's still refusing. And he's still refusing to leave. And he's still refusing to leave. Atrocious. So I want to see Eddie Howe. If Eddie Howe's still here by the season, because that depends whether he goes to the England job or not. But I tell you now, if Eddie Howe's still here next season, he better stand up and say to Miggy and have some balls as well and just say to Miggy, look, you don't want to move, right? But we wanted to move you on because we have to progress as a club. You're not the right player now because where the club wants to go, we need that next level player. You're not that player. Be honest with him and say, look, if you don't move, then I'm sorry, but you will not be part of the 25-man Premier League squad, which means all you'll be doing every day until the next transfer window opens is training, because you can't do anything else. You can't go anywhere. So you have to stay and just train. So, and it'll be up to him then. And that's what Eddie Howe needs to do. He needs to be honest with these players. He needs to start. Now, Eddie Howe's got to put sentiment aside now and say, right, okay, no room for sentiment. I've got to be hard-hitting as a manager. If this club wants to go where it is, then he's got to start saying to players, the likes of Longstaff, the likes of Mickey, I'm sorry, you're not good enough for the next level, but thank you very much for all you've done. If anybody offers for you, we'll accept the offers and you move on. And I think that's what he's got to do. If he doesn't do that, Eddie Howe, then it just shows you he's too much, he's too sentimental, and that's not good enough. As a manager, you show no sentimentality whatsoever. If you think a player's not good enough for the next level, you get rid. Every other club does it. Every elite manager does it. If they've got players that are not good enough, they're moved on. Simple as. And that's what Eddie Howe needs to start doing. He needs to grow a pair and tell them, sorry, you've been great, but it's time to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
Am I right or am I wrong?
No,
Well,
totally. You've got an opinion. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right, I'm not going to have a go at Miguel Almiron. I'm not going to get at him, right? But if he wants games, he has to move on. Simple as that.
He has
and,
to perform.
And he has to ask a question as well. So he has to ask a question as well. Do you want to win trophies? Do you want to win titles? Do you want to win fighting for top four? No, the one thing I will not forget about Miggy, he scored the first goal in 20 years in the Champions League. I'm never going to forget him for that, yeah? I think what he's done that season, right?
Yep.
Peak season, 11 goals, 12 goals last season. Before that, fantastic. I'll always get a voucher for that. And I'll give a remember for that, yeah? But as a football club, we need to move on. They got to move on. And if you don't let them move on, we want to win things, right? And you keep hangers on, right? Like the players that deem not good enough, we're not going to win things, Pete.
We're not. Well, we're not. And 0 goals to 0 assists in the Premier League since the last time he scored. And that's poor for an attacking player. That's really, that's dismal, that. And that's why he's a player that needs to be moved on. He needs to understand that if he's been told he's not good enough, he's not good enough. How many more players are we going to have to see picking up wages who are just simply finished or just not good enough anymore?
After Pete, you're absolutely right, man. Crazy. And people need to realise now, and people have to stand. I mean, we're not happy clappers, yeah? We just say how it is, yeah? People's got an opinion, right? We're not having a go. We've got an opinion. That is it. We're no sheeps. Do you know what I mean? We just say it out there. Do you know what I mean? So I have to be facts. I mean, you got to be a leader. My motto is, don't follow, be a leader. Simple.
Absolutely, John. I mean, look, we'll go. Look, I'll just quickly give you Almiron statistics from this Copa America. Against Colombia when they lost 2-1 Uruguay, he got taken off after 59 minutes and replaced by Ramon Sosa. Now, in them 59 minutes, this is what Miggy did in 59 minutes. He had no shots on target, no shots off target, no shots blocked. He had 1 out of 2 dribble attempts, which was successful. He had 15 touches of the ball. He made 4 out of 6 accurate passes, giving him a 67% accuracy. 1 out of 1 crosses was accurate. He won 2 out of 8 ground duels. He didn't have any aerial duels. He lost possession 6 times. He made 2 fouls. He was fouled once. He'd done 1 clearance, 1 interception, and 2 dribble passes. Now, that was against Colombia. Now, against Brazil, when Brazil beat them 4-1, and again, he was taken off on 78 minutes to be replaced by Ramon Sosa. So, in 78 minutes, Miggy had 46 touches of the ball, 100% accuracy on passes, 29 out of 29, but they may have been sideways. I don't know. I didn't see the match. He made 4 key passes, 1 cross, which wasn't accurate. He had 1 shot on target, 2 dribble attempts, none successful, 5 out of 9 ground duels won. Didn't win any aerial duels out of the 1 he had. He lost possession 5 times. He made 1 foul. He was fouled once. And he made 4 tackles. He's been absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And this is what I'm saying. We have to start moving these players on. He isn't good enough now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he's not good enough. And, Sofa Scorsese, he's worth 19.4 million euros now. So his valuation is plummeting.
Gone down.
Plummeting.
Going
so
down.
if the offer's there, we take it, and Mickey will just have to either accept it,
Yep,
or if he doesn't want to go, then he needs to be left out the squad. Simple as. He's
Yep,
not
that's
good
it.
enough. Look, he's been good for us. He had that purple patch 2 seasons ago. Yes, he
it's
scored the
where's it
first
gone?
goal for us in the Champions League, but unfortunately, that is not good enough. That is not
Where's
good
all the
enough.
other performances have gone
Mhm.
that he should be putting in, and we've not seen them.
Yeah.
Both Forest games, he was non-existent.
Yeah. Right, Lee got it says like stinker and hooked.
The Luton Town away game, that really one of them summed it up for me as well.
I agree.
He was absolutely stinking in that match as well.
Yeah. I agree.
There's been too many. There's too many. The dive also against Brighton also summed it up for me as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally agree.
look, I just see Jock Donny's comment there, and he says, "Look, I still think we are all wrong about Mickey. I'm sorry, but I don't think we are, Jock Donny. Look, he's had his time. He's played well for us. He's done what he had to do. But unfortunately, though, Jock Donny, he's at the stage now where he needs to move on, because if we are a club that want to go to the next level, we've got to have next level players starting to come through. It's no good keeping hanger-ons like Mickey Almiron just because if he runs around the pitch with a smile on his face, people say, oh, he's got a smile on his face. Does that smile on his face provide assists, goals? No, it doesn't. And if you look at last season, he was found out last season because the season before, when he had that purple patch and he was banging in goals left, right and centre, because people at the time, defenders didn't realise he was moving from his right foot to his left foot to get the shots in. Last season, every time he went from his right foot to his left foot, by the time he got to his left foot, there was 2 defenders on him and the chance was gone because he's got no right foot. And that is the problem. And maybe it's not just down to Miggy. Maybe it's down to Eddie Howe wanting to play him as an inverted winger. Maybe that's the problem, because I've always said on the left, Miggy is a great player on the left. But maybe his time at Newcastle's up. And if it is, look, we'll say good luck, the lad. Go off and go and earn yourself a wage somewhere, even if he's going to Saudi Arabia, going to earn a big payday, like Wilson might do and Trippier might do yet as well, because Trippier's apparently in demand as well, and his future might be sorted out after the Euros.
Yeah, absolutely right, guys. Absolutely right. Jobs, so I've got respect for you, man. But at the end of the day, you have to ask the question, do you want to win trophies? It's bigger going to win you trophies. It's going to win you a title. Do you know what I mean? Guys, 30. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, like Tony said, you need to have next level players. I can think of 2. Kuba for Real Sociedad. Yeah, another one, just for Lindstrom for Napoli. I'll get either of those 2, man. I really would. Fantastic wingers. Yeah, whoever Conte wants Lindstrom, that's another question. Yeah, go out and try. Go for the comments as well. Keep them coming in, guys, and please smash the likes as well, guys. That'd be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for that. And would you like to see Elanga come to the tune? I think he's a decent player and would do well for us. I'll take him, but I'll take the 2 names I've mentioned earlier on. Hi to Clarky, hope you're well. Hi to Lee.
But John,
good. Yeah.
Elanga, though, I know you're saying you take 2 names mentioned, but Elanga would have that strength and depth as well, because he can play right wing and left wing as well. So he can play either side. And he's only 22 years of age.
Very young.
And you think on the struggling Forest side last year, we got 5 goals and 9 assists, John. And and if that's for a struggling team, can you imagine if he was in our team? I'm not being funny, but I had a Man U fan message me. Somebody I know who's a Man U fan messaged me and said he was so annoyed when Man U sold Elanga, because he says Elanga is better than what Anthony is, and that's saying something. And they spent 85 million quid on Anthony. And yet they sold Elanga to Forest for 15 million quid. And he ripped Dan Burn to bits. Absolutely tore Dan Burn to shreds.
In both games, yes, he did.
And it just proved when Nuno Espirito Santo came in, and he had only had 1 game before he was playing us on Boxing Day, and straight away he changed it. He put Hudson-Odoi left, and he put Elanga on the right wing, because he knew Elanga would rip Dan Burn to bits, and exactly what he did. He got it spot on that day.
Guy's very pacey as well. He's quick.
Even Hudson-Odoi looks a better player now, doesn't he? And I mean, only paid about 3 or 4 million for him. So, when you think 20 million quid on 2 wingers, that's not bad going, is it?
Yeah, absolutely right. I think that's a good shout. That's a good shout. But if he helped Forest out and get Elanga, cool. Go and get him. Do you know what I mean? But 22 years of age, It'll get better and a better team. Cool. I mean, if he comes in, I'll back the guy. It'll just get better and better for the pace as well. And also he's Swedish international. So it'll help Isak out as well. Or Isak help him out as well. Big up to Alan, by the way. Hope you're well. So glad we do not need certainly top players with a backward step. I agree. And how's this week? Goalkeeper has signed for Forest? Not yet, mate. But if he does come, right, a lot of people say he's going to be a third keeper. But we're coming to him later on. And big up to Clark, penalty corrupt apart from the top 6. Allison, you are right. And Jack Slap, bigger to you, Jack Slap, hope you're well. Do you think if there's talk of Gordon Isak going, it's showing we have plenty to spend from tomorrow? And shame back Anderson and wish him well and all the best. That's a fantastic comment there, Jack. For me, right, I mean, I'd rather sell the lesser players, yeah? If he sold Isak, Gordon or Bruno, then it'd be a backward step, 100%. And that would set us back a couple of years as well. And the other top players will be thinking, are we going to be a selling club? I'd rather go to a top club, yeah? I still think Target and B could have been sold for 30 mil plus easily. I could have kind of agree.
The Target's in another one we need to get rid of for sure.
He's on 100k a week, though. That's
scandalous. You're going to have the odd bad signing at times.
Exactly.
I don't know why we've come up with giving him 100k a week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm still really puzzled with by how he deserved that much of a wage a week.
Yeah. The thing is, though, right? Whose decision to give Target 100k a week? Whose decision was
probably
that?
The owners.
4-year deal.
Absolutely, exactly. Well, owners have been great. There will be one odd they'll get wrong.
Yeah.
But not for someone like him. You
yeah.
just like to know where they got that one from, because
yeah,
I mean, he was very good in his loan spell, but he's just what happened after that. He just went down the pecking order. He's had injuries.
Yeah, certainly is.
So yeah,
crazy.
And yeah, they shouldn't have signed him full time, really, Peach.
No, and the fact is, it's hard to get rid of him now because who's going to want to cough up 100 grand a week in wages?
Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous.
The only way he would probably leave at this rate if he was to take a wage cut. But so far, you'd be sitting there thinking, I'm picking 100k a week up at this club. I'd rather sit out and just pick that up at the moment.
Yeah. And you know what it is, Pete? You're a professional footballer, right? Not a professional bench warmer, yeah? Let's be real. And not just that. You just got to go out and play football. You go out and play football. And it's the maximum, right? Big up to Alan, by the way, right? He's done the right thing. He wants to go out there.
Yep, he loved it, yeah, but he understood the situation.
Exactly. I'll have that guy back tomorrow. That's going to shock a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? If that means to be the cheerleader, come and play games, cool. We take it. I mean, that is absolutely great comment, JK. We've got flags as loads and can look forward to the rest of the window, hopefully now. Yeah. See who we're going to buy. We're going to come on to Eddie Howe in a bit as well, what needs to be done from him. 33 mil and 35 M's, good business in an ideal world. We're captain. That's in kitchen. Yeah, in an ideal world, we would.
Well,
I would have sold.
Well, it's like, so you've got your full 35 million for Anderson because you get your full 100% profit because he's a homegrown player. Mm-hmm. And we've made £26 million off Minteh, right? So if you look at that, then, well, seeing 33, actually, it's probably more like 28 million we've made because technically, €7 million probably equates to about £5 million in Great British pounds money. But so if you say 5 million and we've sold them for 33 million, we've made 28 million. Then you add the Anderson fee of 33 million onto that. There's 63 million. There's 63 million we've brought into the club. So look, in a way, it's good business, you know. Okay, 30 million of that goes in to settle the PSR debt, or well, to put it right. But you see, like I said on my video this morning, you know, our owners are playing catch up. And this all goes back to the scumbag who used to own our football club.
And that's another reason why we're on this PSR situation as well.
Who didn't bring in big sponsorships because he put his own shit all over the stadium.
Which we
Flannels and Sports Direct and Frasers and all that around the stadium.
Absolutely horrible of a human being.
And bringing shirt deals in like Castor for £5 million a season, Fun 88 for $2 million a season, you know, on the front of the shirt, 1 million for the sleeve, or 750,000 a season for the sleeve badge. You know, and this is he is supposed to be a businessman. Well, if he was a businessman, he should have had his commercial head on and thought, well, hang on, I could have loads of sponsors, and he could have been a rich man, even richer, because he could have made a shitload of money for the club, and he would have made a lot of money, but he didn't screw his head on properly, and that was the problem. And we've all seen the rumours that he bought the club as a bet, that he had a bet with Paul Kemsley, who was at Tottenham, and Paul Kemsley says, I bet you $1 million you don't buy a football club, and he says, I bet you I do, and he bought us. Now, that's just ridiculous if that's the case. We know he did try to sell the club in 2008 when he tried to sell it to the owners of Man City. But again, he pissed that up the wall basically because, him and the poison dwarf, Dennis Wise, totally messed that up because they kept pushing the price up how much they wanted. And they walked away and said, well, stuff you, we'll go and buy City instead. And they went and bought City and the rest is history. Well, yes, okay, we might have been sitting here with 115 charges on us or whatever. But look, the point I'm making is that the commercial value is our owners are trying to get that commercial back up now. And we've just took another sponsor on Leo Vegas. That's probably $1 million a season or whatever. But, it's just getting beyond the joke now that, and we still don't know what's happened with City's arbitration case. We're still waiting to hear the result of that.
City absolutely expose them for what they are.
Yep. Absolutely right. I'd go and see if you can do that. That'd be fantastic. And by the way, just
their owners have been the owners of Man City are fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Just before going to the next comment, right? Just to let you know that Real Madrid have signed a four-year deal, right, worth £100,000 a season. A season, yeah. And the La Liga haven't sent out about it, yeah. Can you imagine Richard Masters being the chief executive of La Liga? I tell you what, it won't even last 5 minutes. Now, I'm telling you. The deal has to be done. Anderson's deal is no-brainer, and it's 100% profit caused because it's a product of the youth system. So is Minteh technically. Yeah, absolutely right for his profits. Agree with Tony. Midfield covered. Was disappointed in Anderson a season after preseason performance. Miggy will get booed when he comes back on the pitch. I'm not going to boo him.
No, I don't think you'd get that. No, Charlie, I don't.
I'm not going to know.
I don't agree with that. Now. Some of the comments towards me have been over the top as well.
Yeah, don't need a booing, but I can see fans having to go at him for not booing him, which I think is harsh, really harsh, man.
I don't agree with some of the comments that have been coming out about Miggy as well. That's going a bit too over.
Yeah, agree. Champions League money goes in July, the new financial period. That's from Mick.
Well, there you are.
There's the answer. And Miggy's stats first results actually really good. That's
well, they said Tony just read them out.
Good.
That's what he's saying. That's what Brian's saying. That's what Brian's saying.
No, that's what Bia was saying. It was Bia who said that.
Yeah, crikey. Wow. Sorry, Brian. With getting the false keeper, do you think the Trafford deal's dead? Could it be one of them smoke screens to go for Madashvi and so forth? Now, again, people on social media, right, come up to us and say that I've been a bit harsh on Pope. No, I'm not. We need two quality keepers in a team. Competition. Yeah, it's called competition. Yeah.
We've only got Pope now because Dubravka's finished.
Yeah.
Karius is gone. Gillespie, full.
Not Gillespie.
I mean, Gillespie hasn't played since Newport County since during COVID, and he had that. Yes, and he made an absolute hour of trying to save the shot.
Yeah, could be.
He's a new boot-room cleaner. That's what he is.
What?
The boot room cleaner, he's cleaning all the football boots when they come in. He's getting 10 grand a week for doing that.
I remember
getting his little scrubbing brush out and nail brush out and doing that.
Gillespie. This is Gillespie, yeah? Gillespie. I'll tell you what, it's number one to be a boot cleaner. Wow.
I think that reminds me of Shearer. I think Shearer had to do a job at that time one time. I'm sure he did. I think
when he was a youngster.
Yeah,
when he was a youngster, when he was on YTS or something it was at the time, youth training scheme. God, that's come back a long time, isn't it?
It is like, isn't it?
But no, I mean, look, going on the keepers, I think the Trafford deal's gone because look, it's the amount of money that they're wanting because they've got this clauses or whatever with City, haven't they? So I think that's gone now. Mark. Maybe this is why Odyssey's Vlachodimos is coming in, you see, from Forest. And I'll run through some stats when we get to him as well. But, I mean, look, Mamardashvili, we've seen how good he's been in the Euros. He's been absolutely superb, to be fair. I mean, look, we played against Portugal the other night. He was brilliant.
He was.
And I'll tell you now, somebody's going to snap him up after the Euros. And I just hope we don't look back at this and think, I hope the club don't look back at this, because 35 million euros, I'm not being funny, it's a snip. Fabrizio Romano thinks 35 to 40 million euros would seal a deal for him, no problem at all. And I'll tell you now, he apparently wants to play in the Premier League. And I'll tell you now, if he goes to another Premier League club and he excels in the Premier League, you know, I would hate to think we could look back and think, God, we could have had him on our side. And, you know, I mean, I watched him the other night against Portugal, and look, watching the way he commands his area is absolutely fantastic. Coming out for the ball, you know, he's got a hell of a reach for getting the ball from corners, things like that. And his awareness around the box, you know, and he's only, 23? So, you know, he's young, and that's the thing about it as well. And he could be like what Alisson was to Liverpool. You know, he went there young, and they gone for 60 million quid. And we're crying over about 35 million quid. I mean, come on, it's not expensive for a keeper. It's actually quite a good value, quite a good deal. And I think, you know, we should be all over this.
Yeah.
100%, Tony, because at the end of the day, right, we've got money now, right? We've sold 2 players, we've got the money, right? We've got around about 150 million to spend, could be, but go and get him. Go out and get the guy. But people think at the end of the day, we've got to move. If you don't move with the time's going to move on without you. And I've always said that.
Yeah.
You've got to go on, you've got to build where possible. You cannot be loyal. I like Nick Pope, don't get us wrong, but he needs competition, and I've always said this. What I think has happened to Tony, the club will learn from this. Oh, absolutely, mate. I honestly think the club was hoping for someone to trigger the Bruno clause, and when that didn't happen, they had to do an emergency. Well, Bruno didn't leave the club, and you have to do an emergency.
Apparently said Bruno just didn't want to leave at all.
Should have gone from there. I don't trust Eddie and his recruitment and his favourite. Mark, we're going to come on to Eddie Howe on the bit, yeah? So hold that thought, yeah? I'll go for the comments. We're going to talk about Eddie as well. Bill's getting out the stats as well on Miggy. I think it's Miggy, I believe. Need to get rid of older players by younger players. Yeah, that's fair enough. Man U not paying for Ashworth was just a PSR player to get us into trouble. Force our hand. We should have kept Ashworth on full-term garden leave now. Do you know what it is,
Well,
mate?
we're doing that now, aren't we? So it's either Man U cough the money, or he stays on garden and leave until his contract runs out.
Yeah, facts. Give us the money or shut up. Eddie had to give Miggy a nappy if you let him go on Miggy Lee. We love Miggy, but I hope the Premier League scrap PSR and FFPs coming a joke and ruin football. If teams overspend, then sure that's their fault and must rectify before the following season to avoid a fine.
It wouldn't surprise me, John, if we see fans like us and from other clubs all come together and there'll be a huge protest against the Premier League at some point. And won't be surprised if lots of fans travel all the way from the country, all the way to the capital and put on a protest against the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely, Pete.
Just to show how anti-competitive they really, really are.
Yeah.
And no one even to protect a certain few clubs.
One day it's going to happen, Pete. One day it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Like we did our protest for our takeover. All fans got together, went down the capital.
Yeah.
And you see what happened then. And look what happened.
Yeah. And guess you
time, but we finally got it.
Yeah. And guess you led the front? Holly Blades. Big ups to Holly watching. Still Miggy on the bench. Maybe Eddie's Eddie on the bench, and maybe Eddie's so much of a nice guy. I want to win titles. I want to win trophies, Alison. Yeah, is he that man to win us it? I'm so sure. But I see your point, and we've got to respect that. And tomorrow again. As for tomorrow, I think the 3-year circle resets, so you can start spending plenty of time to get new players investment for profits for the next 3 years. That's interesting, mate. The report is from Pete O'Rourke, and that is all about Chelsea, about they wanted Isak, they're not getting him. Facts percentages, I would have was out otherwise. Miggy was right within the strikes not to move. If you didn't want to move, would you leave your own job against your will? I think that's from Ian. Big up to Ian, by the way. And
that's not a bad point.
That's not a bad point.
But the owners and Eddie Howe need to come out and say, we need to do this for a reason.
Yeah. Jacob is head of Miggy in the pecking order. Jacob has more assists last season than Miggy has 4 seasons.
Yep. So
can agree. I don't rate this keeper from Forest. You know what it is, right, Pete? Right, this keeper from Forest is going to be third choice, right? I'm not going to lie. But what we're doing, like other clubs, Chelsea's done it to Villa, and Villa's done it to Chelsea, right? We helped out Forest, right, by sending Elliot Anderson in, yeah? And now it looks like we're going to help out Forest and getting this keeper in, yeah? There's got to be a loophole. There's a big loophole. Do you think?
Could well be. Could well be. In terms of this new keeper, I don't know much about him, to be fair. We'll wait and see, because I don't know much about this goalkeeper, to be fair. But there's a lot of people not very there's a lot of people don't really rate him at all.
We do.
That's all I've been hearing. So,
yeah, agree. Afternoon, lads. I think this is a great business. Unlucky inside to see Anderson and Minteh leave, but hopefully get 1 or 2 marquee signings now. Paul, good comment there. That Kuba for Sociedad, and also that Lindstrom for Napoli, 102, and Elanga as well. I'll get that in as well. 19 goals leaked in 9 games is more than questionable for keeper stats. Are we talking about Trafford here, or are we talking about Dubs? 19 goals leaked in 9 games.
Oh,
Come back to that one in a minute.
Could be.
How is Jacob Murphy? It could well be. How is Jacob Murphy's national record?
well, that's a bit thingy, that one, because he's not going to play for England. But look at how many assists Murphy had more than Almiron last season. Just tells you, sees everything. And the fact is, it was easier for Murphy to play there because he can cross on his stronger foot. Well, how many times did Miggy have to chop and change? And look how there's a lot of players working out from last season because they knew Miggy didn't have a right foot.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, look, let's talk about Odyssey's Vlachodimos, right? Okay,
yeah,
we keep on coming in. 30 years of age. Forest signed him from Benfica. Not a huge fee, but for a fee of €9 million. Benfica originally paid €2.4 million for him back in 2018 when he came from Panathinaikos. Stuttgart as well, he'd been there. And that's where he started off at Stuttgart. I mean, look, in the 22-23 season in Portugal, he played 34 games. Obviously, he was top rated then keeper because he kept 20 clean sheets that season, right? And got 2 yellow cards. So that's not bad. Obviously, the season after, he only played 1 game, and that was it. That's all he played. And then obviously he came to the Premier League. And in the Premier League, he started 5 games. He was conceding 2.4 goals per game. He conceded 12 goals in total in 5 games. And he didn't keep any clean sheets. He kept 1 clean sheet, sorry. He kept 1 clean sheet. He had no errors that led to a shot or a goal or committed any penalties, so he was all right that way. Now then, so you sort of look at those stats and you think, yeah, okay, 1 season he had there where he was like, he kept 20 clean sheets, great. Somebody apparently he did at one time have a £60 million release clause, which I find a bit staggering, to be honest with you, but whether he did or not, I do not know. I mean, the poor game he had was against Fulham back on the 6th of December when SofaScore gave him a rating of 5.9, and we'll have a look at them stats. That's when Forest got beat 5-0 off Fulham. He made 1 save in that match, and that was from inside his box. He had 33 touches of the ball. 6 of 13 long balls were accurate. He made 1 clearance and 1 dribble past, and he didn't win any duels. So, look, yeah, that was a bad day at the office for him. His best game was against Aston Villa on the 5th of November when Forest beat Villa 2-0. And his stats that day, he made 3 saves, 2 punches, 3 saves from inside the box, 38 touches of the ball. He won his 1 out of 1 ground duel as well, and he got fouled once as well. So, yeah, okay, that was his best game against Villa. If you look at his current value on transfer market, it's €7 million, which equates to about £5 million. That's what he's worth. So if you're selling Elliot Anderson for 35 million, potentially Elliot Anderson's going for 30 million because we're getting him for 5 million. If that's the deal that we've done with them. He was born in Stuttgart in Germany. He's currently on £45,000 a week wages as well. So he'll get a pay rise when he comes to Newcastle. Apparently his medical's booked in for today, as far as I'm aware, according to the media sources. I'm looking at his stats on FB Ref, and to be honest with you, it's not great reading. It's not great reading. There's a lot more red than there is green, which is quite worrying. Now, these are keepers that he's like similar to. So, goalkeepers that are similar to Vlachodimos. On that list, surprise, surprise, you have got Matt Sells. Who is at Nottingham Forest. You've also got Mark Flecken, who's at Brentford. Silvestri, who's at Udinese. And Vogel, who's at Lorient. So, look, he's compared to quite a few keepers there, but nobody from a top club on there is like similar to him. So no keepers from like an elite club or anything like that. They're all like lower teams in like Italian Serie A or the Belgian league and things like that. So look, yeah, not great. Look, is he coming in as second choice or third choice? Who knows? We don't know. That's the thing. We're all guessing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look, if he can't get past Matt Sells, what does that tell you? You know, Forest went through keepers like something not right last season. The start off with Matt Turner, who they got from Arsenal. He failed. So then Vlachodimos got in. He failed. Then in January, they brought Matt Sells in. We as Newcastle fans were all laughing at the price they paid for Sells because we knew what he was like when he was here. He was bloody useless. You know, so, and the fact he can't get past Sells, that tells you how good a keeper he is. Not that great. And look, if I'm honest, I would rather take John Ruddy than him. He's got the experience. If it's the third choice keeper, and you get Ruddy on a free, where you don't have to pay any money for him. Mm-hmm. But look, no, all in all, it's just one of those deals we just have to put up and shut up, I'm afraid. But, you know, if we did have Mamardashvili in, yes, I know he wants to be number one. Like Pope wants to be a number one. But then to them two battle it out for the number one jersey, and whoever gets it stays in, you know. But then sometimes you've got to have two top class keepers if you want to have a great defence as well. So, you know, in a defence, you'll always trust who's behind them in goal. We saw that last season when we lost Pope. That defence did not have any trust whatsoever in Dubravka, and it proved because as soon as Pope come back against Brentford, that defence looked a lot easier and assured than when Dubravka was in goal. If Pope had only come back against Man United, we probably would have been in
Brighton.
place.
To me, it could have been against Brighton as well.
Yeah. What do you think about that summing up on Vlachodimos? Are you convinced, John and Pete, or are you a bit like, I'm not sure now?
It does sound.
Thing is, right, it's good for Benfica, but for me, hardly played for Forest. I'm not going to lie, play a couple of games at Forest, but we got them from Madashvili down to Trafford, Vlachodimos. Now that's the thing, even Ruddy as well.
Vlachodimos, John.
Vlachodimos. I'll get there.
Vlachodimos, yeah. Vlachodimos. It's not Shakademus and the Pliers, by the way, guys. It's not the pop group.
Yeah, I'll go with Vlaka. But you're right. But look, at the end of the day, we need to get a code. Go get Madashvili, right? And if that means making number one, then you've got to make it number one. It's got to be ruthless. We're definitely going to come to Eddie later, 100%. I would be fuming if we start the season with Murphy and Biggie after selling Minteh. You can score goals and go past players with ease. And that is the key.
I believe that the right wing could be our marquee signing, the right hand side. I believe it wouldn't surprise me because, like, tomorrow is when it all changes, and we're going to get the other income coming into the club from the likes of the Adidas, the Champions League, and all the other sponsors we've got. I wouldn't be surprised if we start working on a right-hand side in midfield.
Yeah.
We don't know who it could be, but that's where that'll be the biggest, where we'll probably pay a huge fee.
Yeah.
You get that position sorted out. We don't know who it could be.
Totally agree. I have a suspicion that Howard and Amanda wants to keep the family intact in Murphy and Biggie. Now, the thing, that comment there from Marco, right? Big on the Marco, by the way, right? I want to win football matches and be successful. I'm not bothered about family, right? I love families, but it's got to be footballing reasons, yeah? I want to win games. Eddie has got to be ruthless, yeah? It has to be ruthless this season. This is a massive season for Eddie, We love him, but he's got to make tough decisions now, if you know what I mean. Yeah, because I tell you now, this is why we need a director of football and a sports director, one of the two, because we haven't had that yet. That is the thing. I want to win football games. I want to win trophies. I want to win titles. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You do your job well, cool. But you want to keep Murphy and Miggy, right? And they're great lads, but they're not going to win me a trophy. And you have to ask yourself the question, do you want to win a trophy? Do you want to win a title? Yeah. To do that, we have to upgrade. It's as simple as that. And that's not having a go, but we're talking about football and reasons here. It's as simple as that.
But another thing, it could be, John, yes, the owner says probably want to moving on, the same with Eddie Howe. But maybe no clubs are just showing interest in the pair of them at the moment. There might not be any clubs that are interested in them right now. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just contracts as well. Then Maggie jumped on the place to defend Miggy, which is the right thing to do. You got to respect Miggy. Yeah, I'm not going to have a go at him. Yeah, but I'll just go talk to Miggy for footballing reasons. Yeah, as a footballer. And I'm not going to criticize him. But for me, right, we need an upgrade. And if he stays with us, cool, that is fine. But we can't force anyone out of the football club. And Foxy, big of the Foxy, I missed your comments as well. Quite a few Twitter, and Maxi ended up replying, defended him, which is good.
Which was good because some of the stuff was over the top. It really was over the top.
I agree. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, need the marquee right wing out, maybe Jadon Viljoen. Is he from Hull City? I think he is.
Viljoen. Yeah, he used to play for Villa.
Yeah, he did. And he's moved
to
Hull.
He played in the pre-season last season, John, in the American games, and he looked absolutely electric, didn't he? And I thought, wow, Villa's got a player on the hands. But then he's played well for Hull, but then you've got to think, you know, would he come and do it in the Premier League? That's the thing. That's what you got to look at as well. But I mean, look, Foxy obviously he's committed, and he said further down, he says, Benfica were happy to let Vlachodimos go. He was a liability towards the end. That's the reason they let him go. The thing is, elite teams like Benfica, like Real Madrid, like Barcelona, you know, all these elite teams around the world, they only let players go when they're at the end of their shelf life, sort of thing. If you want us to put it in that sort of terms, look what Real Madrid done to Man United. Casemiro, we'll pay 60 million quid. Real Madrid, yep, there you go. You can have him. Man U fans, we've got Casemiro, 60 million quid. What a player!
And the guy's finished.
The best players in the world. The only reason Madrid sold him because they knew his legs were on their way, and they thought he's maybe got one season or maybe 2 seasons.
He did have a good first good season with Man United, but now he's just been. Look what's happened to him now.
Injury prone, and his legs have gone, and that's exactly why these teams get rid of their players.
Yeah, I tell you, Real Madrid are the best team in the world for that. I'm telling you, they know if you're not the player that you are, it's adios. Bloody adios. Simple as that. They're not an idiot of a team. They know exactly what they're going on. And fixtures started to see massive transfer for us. I agree with you, Paul. I think Phil Miggy, because he gives 100%, and the sticky guess must be hurting him. So it's time he leaves at the end to end up here. That's a motto. The Anderson deal always highlights that he didn't get a fair market value for Maxi when he went to Saudi. I'll tell you what, mate, the 35 mil was a cracking deal. Deal. And Ian's chatting to Miggy. Miggy is a class lad. He is a class lad. And even when it's time to move on, we'll give him his contract. And if he doesn't move, then that's his prerogative. And it's Eddie's not to play him. That's a fair comment from Ian. And Patrick, for you. Deal of the century, Tony. He thinks Elliot Anderson's still a century, man.
I think he's right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look,
could well be.
He's not playing a lot of games for us, and we've got rid of him for 35 million quid. Absolutely, it's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. I mean, look, when the Isak story come out, I was like, why is Chelsea after him all of a sudden? You know, and then he spat me drink out, me cup of tea out when I read they tried to give us Nicholas Jackson. I'm like, no, you can keep him. They wanted to pay cash plus Nicholas Jackson in the deal. for Isak, and I thought, Nicholas Jackson, no thank you.
Woo!
He's awful. Look how many
He's had-
goals he could have scored last season if he didn't miss them chances. He would have had a hatful.
The thing is, though, Nicholas Jackson, right? He is a young striker, yeah. He will come good, right? I mean, he's done it for Villarreal, right? Chelsea got him, right? Believe in this guy, yeah. He's not the finished article yet, in my opinion, with Nicholas Jackson. When we watched him for America, I tell you what, this guy's going to tell the Premier League. Pacey, quick, direct, no fear, yeah. But he has missed a lot of chances. I get that. But at the end of the day, right, I think this guy's going to come really good. But
right, John, this is his stats from last season, John, right? Okay, this is a type of striker he is, right?
Yeah.
35 games played, 31 started. He scored 14 goals. Okay, that's fair enough.
Goal again.
Now then, big chances missed, John. Guess how many?
About 15.
15. How many do you think, Pete?
I'm going to say about 20.
Pete, you're the closest. 24 big chances missed. His goal conversion's only 18%. Exactly. And he got 5 assists as well. But yeah, 24 big chances missed last season. I mean, that is outrageous. How many chances there when you think how many he's missed? Now, if I look at Isak and how many chances Isak missed last season, it's nowhere near 24, that's for sure. Isak missed 21 big chances last season, so 3 less than Jackson, but scored more goals than Nicholas Jackson as well. He got 21 goals for us, and that was in 30 games,
Yep.
And and somebody said the other day, oh, Isak's not really that prolific. He wasn't that prolific in Spain. I thought, yeah, he had that season at Sociedad where he scored 17 and 34 goals, a 1-2 ratio. But the season after, he had that injury, and that's why he wasn't as great. But look now, we're seeing the fruits of what Isak is. And if Chelsea think they can come and knock on the door and say 120 million quid for Isak, he's not going that cheap. Come back with maybe 200 million, and then maybe we might start talking. But 120 million, bog off.
Plus Nicholas Jackson, in the bin. In the bin you goes.
Michael Jackson would have been a better signing. You know what I mean?
Michael Jackson.
They're like great late Michael Jackson.
Smooth criminal.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Oh,
rest
that's
in peace,
bad.
Michael. Rest in peace, Michael. Rest in peace. And I'm sad to.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
It is. So
The song, I'm bad.
Oh Jesus, right, yes.
But you know what? At the end of the day, right? Listen, I mean, I love to keep Isak. I'm just worried that if you don't get rid of Longstaff, 36, he'll sort over to Nadi, and you know how Eddie kept playing him, where it was total DS week in, week out, wacky.
I'm going to say, I think Tonali will be back in when Tonali goes back in. When he's back, he might not start straight away, Tonali, but as soon as if Tonali then starts getting there back, we'll see the Tonali that we got. He's going to go straight in the side.
I agree. James, how much do you think guys were Julio and Ciso from Brighton will cost? He's 20-year-old looking class in the Copa America. That guy's brilliant.
He's
can't
good.
see really very good.
He'll
He'll
be
be a lot
again,
of money.
look how stacked we are on the centre midfield role.
That's the thing.
Where
A
does he
lot of
fit
money,
in?
James. That's another question. Where do you fit in? Interesting. We've had for this comments here. We're going to get on to Eddie soon. I know we've got a lot to say about him. I reckon we should be good to spend about 120, 150 mil to spend now in this transfer window. Clarkey, we need to spend that money. Minteh, ASM with end product. Brighton have signed a gem. Gutted, not good business. That's a smart call. Devastated by Minteh. Do we know if that's a buyback clause in the deal? Is there a buyback clause in the deal? Not as far as I know.
I can't remember. I don't think it was.
I don't think it is. We'll find out when he signs on. 33 mil for Minteh. You take that any day.
Again, that was too good to turn down to a guy who hasn't even pulled a black-white shirt on.
Yeah.
Yes, we're disappointed, but we've had, in a way, no choice to because of the whole PSR shit.
Yeah. That.
And we don't want to get rid of Isak, Bruno, Gordon, and players like them.
Indeed. But interesting. The new year sponsorships, Adidas money, Champions League, etc. will come in this new budget, and these sales on top will allow us to buy several new goods. I reckon, Ian, we need to, man. We need to get a right side of mid. That's the first thing. And if you're going to buy a striker, DCL is not the answer. We need better than DCL. I'm sorry, but we've got all that money and we're going to get DCL. Nah, not for me. Sorry. We're watching Brighton next season. I think Brighton's going to do well under this young manager. His prediction, Minteh will be worth 80 mil within 2 seasons. Woo! Interesting. 100k a season. That's from Tarn. 100k a season. Never I said that. 100k a season.
Yeah, I think you said 100k. Or were you supposed to say 100 million a season?
Yeah. Sorry.
It was 100 million a season. What's it? Not 100k.
Wow.
I placed something in 100k.
Don't know where I got that from.
John, just some news I've seen there. Something's been leaked there, but apparently, now don't laugh when I tell you this, AC Milan hold an interest in Sean Longstaff and have made an inquiry to Newcastle United.
Oh my days. Paulo Fonseca, my 5C mate.
Take him.
You'd be sacked. You place him, he'd be sacked.
Well, I'll tell you what, if AC Milan want him, sell him.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
See, AC Milan give us 30 million, you can have him then, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get them back for what they did to us.
That'd be very interesting.
But,
that is true. That's the first
I wouldn't get 30 million because he's only got a year left on his deal. But the thing is, or does it not strike you strange? Do you think we're trying to offload Longstaff because he's got a year left and there's been no talks, no rumours going around of him getting a new deal?
Yeah, that's it. I think if Longstaff was to say Welby's last season.
Interesting. Sean Longstaff at AC Milan. Wow.
Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
I tell you what, good luck with that.
And Simon has put
a good move for him.
Swapping for Tomori, or is it Ty? How do you say his name?
Theo, German international, good defender.
He's a better defender, younger as well.
Solid too. Why did not go for him this week or something? Try to make an offer for this guy. We got the money now. Go and buy him. No club should be forced to sell. These FSR, PSR rules introduce stock clubs forwarding, but they are treating us like we cannot afford to pay the electric bill or staff and about to go under. Tangi, that's a fantastic point, man. Fantastic point.
Yeah.
And Mark Moore, we're absolutely certain. New keeper, Vlach, from for a separate deal to Anderson, says to keep downing.
Yeah.
And the fast keeper has 13 goals in 5 games and gives a good impression, to be fair. Interesting. The fact that we have sold Elliot and Minteh means we simply have some deals which are going to be mental. I'm bloody hoping next month. Hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, man. Maybe in a couple of days. Nobody boo Miggy. That's a proper Toon fan. We're proper Toon fans. We're not boo Miggy. We love the guy. However, you know, if he goes to another club, then I wish him well. But if he does stay with us, we're backing.
Another one, Simon left. Chelsea sold Mount to Man United for 55 million with one left. Chelsea would have been laughing on the way to the bank, the money they got for him. And look how Mount's done at Man United. He's been
like Mount Everest.
I'll tell you, Mount Everest.
Been static.
Mick's comment, Dubs man of the match via England. It wouldn't surprise me, Mick, because I'm very worried for tonight. I really am.
Don't be worried, Pete. But look, last time we played them, I was at Wembley when we beat Slovakia 2-1. And Dubravka played that night. But look, I'm
just really concerned Southgate's not going to change it up. He'll persist with the same lineup, or you'll put Trent back into midfield, and it'll be the same old football. There
is rumours that he's contemplating a few changes.
We'll see.
There's rumours that Gordon might start, Palmer might start, and Mainu as well, because apparently he was very impressed especially when Gordon and Palmer came on, and somebody said sort of behind the scenes he sort of apologised and said he got it wrong over Gordon. He should have got him on a lot earlier.
But again, is Southgate going to still persist and tell him to play this same style of football that he's already persisted?
Thing is, Pete, we play better in the knockout rounds anyway, and I think we'll be a different team. And look,
We'll
Italy
see.
was
We'll
shit
see.
last night. They were really poor. Italy were very, very poor yesterday.
I didn't.
I
see
mean,
the
I've
game
seen
with
Italy play bad, but I've never seen them play that poor. That was
But
ridiculous.
I said
poor they
Switzerland.
played.
Actually, I even said Switzerland would beat them myself. And look what happened. They did.
And then they're keeping Spalletti on for the World Cup. They'll be lucky if they get there. He's a rubbish manager. He ain't that great.
Well, he's won the Italo Napoli, Tony.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's won it. Yeah, but in international level, it's a different game. Different game. But the thing is,
man.
so Italy might have Spalletti, but by the time they get to, if they get the World Cup, they'll definitely be spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh, another one I missed there. One of Simon's comments. He says, "Heard another offer from Chelsea for Isak, exchange for Gallagher, Brozier, and Chalobah."
Jesus Christ! Does it get any worse?
I'll tell you what, though, if you do
my word, Simon, coming there.
Exactly, a lot of them. They'll treat everyone like they're going to be our Leeds and Portsmouth back in the day. Yeah.
Yep.
True. Pope will cost us points. He's a good shot stopper, but that's about it. He's the disaster of the constant decision making. That's a Marco. Oh, Marco's flashing about it here.
Fair enough. But Dubravka was just absolutely all over the place, and he's cost us. And we conceded a lot of goals with Dubravka in goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of crazy decisions.
Yeah.
Why people sometimes nicknamed him the Dutch hookah for a reason. Look how many goals we conceded, balls going through his legs.
Yeah,
a lot.
Not good.
Too many.
Not good. Miggy does deserve to be booed, but definitely deserves a criticism. Every player does when they play bad. Needs to mind it. He's in the Prem, not in the US.
Absolutely. Well said.
You've got to be critical when you don't play well. Simple as that.
Absolutely. Well said there. Yep, completely well said there.
Better Cartel fans won't go to London, lads, and protest. No, they won't. Miggy will always be a tool engine in my eyes. That's from Marco. Murphy is so the uppost well. This season's a big one for Eddie Howe's next. That's a big test. Mark will comment to in a bit. Miggy has more overall goals and assists than Murphy, 29 of 26. On the up, I get you. Wilson is hopefully going to Saudi. Who would each of you like to come in as a backup striker and not DCL? That's a good question. For me, we need someone.
It's a hard one. Because you think there's so many good strikers out there, but a lot of them are going to be. They might provide some competition, but they're not going to get ahead of Isak, though, are they?
I would say Sesko would be a good backup.
Sesko, yeah.
But then you want to play first. You want to be first choice, same as Jonathan David would be another one.
Again,
but Eric Kane, you never know. You can rotate strikers. Look, Man City
you can
do. So, I mean, look, Sesko, £50 million release clause.
Right. I was going to say, John, put Bears coming back on there.
Yeah, sure.
23 goals for Newcastle, Murphy 11. Fair enough. But Murphy's had 2 loan spells away.
True.
And I think Murphy came back as a much improved player after those 2 loan spells at times.
Yeah, true. Murphy might be informed. Excuse me. He is on the European level.
I think Bia put one of the assists as well. Miggy 29, Murphy 26. That's not far apart. And again, considering Murphy's been out on loan.
Yeah. You think, Pat, I see him just getting better, but I am always thinking positively, which can mean I am killing myself, which I also understand. That's from Jobs. We sold KDH Chelsea, and we're getting Michael Gordon, 18-year-old from Chelsea. Wow. I mean, it'd be a miss. Vlachodimos played 5 Prem games so far, 10 saves made, and 12 goals conceded. Tony, is that you, mate? Is that you?
Yes, it is me, John. Yeah.
No problem. John, give us a channel name, mate. So for those who don't know, we come back to you, man.
Yeah.
People can find you.
Yeah, my channel's it's all Black and White TV. So I'm about 16 away now from hitting 1,200. So if you haven't yet subscribed, do it over and give it a subscribe if you don't mind. And hit any likes that you like on any of the videos. I put one out there this morning. I'll be back on my channel in around half an hour's time. And I'll be doing the pre-match for England versus Slovakia tonight.
Cool.
Gordon Trippier versus Dubravka, the Dutch hooker.
Yeah, no problem, man. You make sure you subscribe to this channel, guys. You know what it is. It's all black and white TV, guys, and it'll be on the 4:45.
Yeah. Thank you very much, John, for having me on.
No problem, man.
See you
I'll
later.
catch you later. See you later. Take care, team.
Cheers, guys.
Ta-ra.
See you later.
Tony, take care.
You too. We'll go through his comments, Pete, as well. Patrick, do apologise. Sorry to be rude, but can you get to reading our messages just a tiny bit faster, please?
The thing is, there's loads of comments that have come in on all sides because it's been stream shared, so it can be hard to get through them all. Toon Reviews say the same thing. It can be hard to get through all of the comments very quickly.
Yeah, but we do our best as well, Patrick.
That's it. That's the main thing. We do our best. About.
Sure. We won't be too long here. We're going to wrap up soon anyway, so I know you've got things on as well.
Close said the same thing as
yeah.
Get in the bin.
And no
get
chance.
Chelsea, just get in the bin.
No chance.
No way.
No. Matt Sells might have improved since he was at Newcastle. To be fair, I don't see anything improving from this guy. I'm gutted, I said, Minteh. I really cannot believe it, matey. Patrick, also, I didn't think Murphy was 30. I thought he was 28.
Well, he's 29, I think. He's 29.
29. And but us getting this keeper will have to be the reason why Fars agreed at 35 million fee for Anderson. So getting 5 mil back on the deal, it sorts out both clubs' PSR issues. Yeah, we've got the better deal. Big up to Simon, by the way. Hope you're well, man. Realistically, Anderson would be 5th, 6th choice. No knock on the lad, but all but he needs to give him time, and we are getting a big fee. Hopefully, includes the sell-on fee too. I hope that's the case. I really do hope that's the case. Now, Chelsea fans are scared of giving us Michael Gordon for giving them KDH. Well, I don't know about Michael Gordon. I never heard of this guy, but you know what? He may turn out to be a good player. Hi to Jules. I hope Julie, hope you're well. Hope you're well. And Benfica were happy to see Vlachodimos score. And I believe towards the end, reasons to let him go on a cheap. Exactly. And let's go on to, I'll probably do False Fever. You scratch my back, we do it to you as well. That's David. Yeah, I agree. He turned 29 in Feb, so he's 29 years of age. Anderson and Minteh, more or less have gone. Yep, they are. But you're right, he will lose pace, sadly. I think we could have 2-3 marquee signings.
A possibility, and you never know.
We don't need a spawn director. We need a team that does see 400 Luton. Patrick,
we can't have that again. Sure.
We do need a sporting director, no doubt about it. They wanted a sporting director. The owners wanted a sporting director, yeah? And we need to get one very, very quick. If we change too many players all at once, you'll struggle for balance and continue, in my opinion. That's a fair shout, Mackie. It's a fair shout. Right, it's not a sign on to get top 5. It's like Ashley only wanting 15 to 18 to cash the TV check. That's essentially bats. I've got to kind of agree. He's happy to finish 17th, to be fair. It's not my ambition, or Pete's ambition, or the chat's ambition either. Think of the logical next summer. We have 9 senior players out of contract. We can't replace everyone. That is the thing, Pete. We can't replace them.
We can't. It's hard. Again, it comes down to which the clubs want these players. Are they willing to pay the wages? How much they've been given previously as well? And that's it.
Yeah. How much do you have to generate to be able to spend? We made 68 million, Julie. So that times that by 5, I believe. Is it 5 or 4 and 5? We could spend up to that much, can we? I'm sure we can. But we probably have about 150 mil, Julie, to spend on new players. And jobs being a pack. Too many FIFA fans. Miggy had a poor season last season, but season before he scored the goal of the season had good form, even when he wasn't scoring. Last season was a struggle for many, not just Miggy.
Yep.
Fresh, that's a fair. I still say sell Miggy, that's in Julie. Isaac here does a fine post, but it's time for him to go, had a better fit. He's got 12 months left on his contract, I think. That's another one. Everyone's obsessed with marquee signings. I think as long as you upgrade on the players that are out there, go on them to making good shape. That's some wacky. Hey. Anderson, 46 games, 0 goals, 2 assists. We're getting 35 million for this guy. Heard another offer from Chelsea. Isak, Elanga, Bojo, Chalaba. No thanks.
Lost Chelsea.
Or we'll have Jackson's a backup for Isak. But Isak was not sure about that one. According to Football Insider, Archie Greer is on standby to undergo medical at Tottenham. I thought Brentford want him. Interesting. Great show, guys. Please smash the likes button, subscribe to John's channel. Thank you very much indeed. So, love you always. And also smash to PD Parlock's channel as well. If you saw Isak or Gordon, you may as well let Ashley have the club back. That's a massive backward step, in my opinion.
That's why we didn't want to keep those, and we've had to move other players on.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, man. Then we go on to Senshi game. One good ankle, Sean can't moonwalk. You know what? Milan's after him as well.
There's no buyout. Well, there's no buyout clause for Minteh then.
Not for me. There's a buyout clause as well. And then I've got next comment saying, Twitter saying about Man U Football Club. Must be a United fan. Not for me. There's a buyout clause, I'm afraid. Put in better teams. For me, lads, I'd rather unfortunately watch Minteh go over Isak without hesitation.
Yeah, that's it.
Agreed. Anthony lit up the Eredivisie.
But he can't do it in the Premier League. He's been terrible in the Premier League.
Yep. And is that swap him for tomorrow or Theo? That's for 36. Ciao, Warsaw Shields. Ciao to you, Senji. And Abidadi, amigo. To be fair, 50 million for 36, and I sit with him on a plane to help him sign that contract. Ipswich are backside Ben Johnson for West Ham United.
Interesting on that one.
Interesting. Chelsea sold Mount to Man U for 55 million.
Yes, they did.
Left. In fact, Chelsea absolutely mugged them. I am in surround. Big up to Jack, by the way. Hope you're right, mate. 36 AC Milan. I'd rather say AC Milan or Milan, but cool. It does score. I hope he puts in a few bets on. I'm interested in what Jack. You have to tell us, man. Would take Milan's German centre defender. Yep, Alan.
Yeah, 110%. He's really good.
Jackson play on the moon. Gordon, the need doubt about it. DCL, too much injury, poor, no chance at the club. I wouldn't have him. Big up to Jules as well. You know, he's a big Eddie Nketiah fan as well. Big up Jules, by the way. Massive Nketiah fans as well. And he'll be well. And when we must, because Mum Foss is quite busy. It's going to be same sort of 11 for England tonight. I wouldn't be surprised. Raki, at all whatsoever. And I doubt we'll be able to get in. Full Krug will be the ideal backup striker. He comes off the bench for Germany. Well, he's number one for Dortmund.
He's been doing very well. And that's the guy who scored against us as well in the 2-0 defeat.
Yeah, that guy is
Lee Smith, he has right foot, absolutely. Simon, he does.
Yep. Now, your loser, Courtney Biggie, starts nowhere near good enough in 5 year. Here, more need to improve player in that position indeed. Yep. And let's look at this one. Is that breaking news there, by the way, about Callum Wilson?
What is it?
I don't think it is. Nah. I was just sorry. I was just chomping in. Sorry. Two of the worst injuries a goalkeeper can receive is a dislocated shoulder or broken, and Pope will get injured again, so we must get a half-decent keeper. But that Mamadashvili, 100%.
I think the Pope injury was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, agreed. The loan is irrelevant. When you weight the figures by numbers of performance, it shows Wiggett at 0.3 and Murphy 0.2. And big up to Sean, by the way. The Trevor deal has to be off now.
I just don't think Miggy's good enough for this club anymore.
No. I can't see the new guy coming in as third choice, being Vasquez number one.
We'll say could well be.
I agree with you, Juice. I agree with you. Guess you're both right. There's a lot of us keep it up, lads. Thank you,
Pete. Yes, Patrick.
When the season starts, you know how good he is. Well, we're going to find out. Just realised you all broadcasted some thumbs up on each channel. Thank you, Josh. Anyone wanting Eddie out has very short memories or just dumb. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. But
Eddie out, we will stick him, but he's got to get it right next season.
He has to. The Archie Gray to Brentford broke down this morning. Thanks for that information, Mason, mate. You know what it is, right? I mean, look, it's going to be a massive season for Eddie. We love him a bit, but he has got to get the signings right. I do not want to see, right, poor signings. I don't. Chelsea agreed £30 million deal for Dewsbury Hall. Just break on Sky. Thanks for that miss. We'll go for the comments and then wrap up in a minute. Not too long now. And would love for Crew get the tune. Last and Julie, I would as well. And by the controlling communistic rules of the Premier League. Yep. You take care as well, Rennie. Good luck on your team as well.
Okay.
And it'd be heartbroken when Eddie goes. Will you take Eddie Nketiah?
Not for me, thank you. He's not. I don't think he's going to for Arsenal anyway.
Nah, should be a Nketiah. Nah, he's on 100k. I think he's on 100k a week.
That's a lot of
and he's
money
got
to
3
be
years
on.
left on his contract as well.
Douglas Luiz, he's gone again.
gone.
Villa
Yep.
in the same boat with the PSR crap, having to sell star players as well. And they'll be really disappointed that they've had to let him go as well. I think there'll be a lot of Aston Villa fans that'll be really, really gutted to see him leave because he's been a really, really good player for them. But again, it's all down to this PSR absolute crap.
It's just absolute BS.
It's killing the love for football. And
crazy, absolutely crazy. Phyllis and the Stars too. Yep, Julie, you're right. They're on the same boat. Missy isn't good enough by far, but neither is Murphy. Yeah, I see a point there. So do you both think, given with the Newcastle tax, we'll be able to sign many first-team quality players? We have to, Patrick. We have to get the players in because
we need to get them.
You don't think about it, right? You got especially I love Miggy, Murphy, 36, Fraser, Hayden, Jamal Lewis, possibly Target. That's 7 players right there. Even the Bracket, that's 8. Yeah,
Bravka, yes.
We need to get half of those players this season in the summer. We need to make an overturn of those players. I'm afraid, and that's no disrespect. If Miggy don't want to go, cool, that's fine. But let's go on to thanks to Rennie as well. And once you have the second distillation and you're in serious trouble, especially as a keeper, hitting the ground is going to cause real issues. It's going to be a proper problem for him, and that's in drops as well. I agree. I'll call him Eddie Nokia because the celebration is still up. Jesus. See the celebration by the quarter flag. Tap on his phone. Eddie's on pay as you go, not on the contract. Bosh. But you know what it is, right? I mean, it's going to be a big season for Eddie. Look, we love him, right? But now he's got all that money to spend, right? I've always needed a director of football, Pete.
Yep.
But we need a director of football, to take control of things, to make sure that we get the right player coming in, I don't want to see people like DCL. I don't want to see player like bang average players who plays in the Premier League. I don't want to see that. I want to see quality, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. Because where we are as a club now, we need those players. Calvert-Lewin is not what he was now. The injuries have really caught up with him. No, definitely not. And Everton were wanting 40 million from a player that's just not what he was. No, thank you.
Nah, not for me. I'll call him Eddie Nokia, and he's going to be mods as well alongside Mama Flossie as well. Oh yeah, forgot for a second for Eddie play for himself. Dewsbury Hall to Chelsea has confirmed thoughts on him. He's a fantastic young player.
He's pretty young,
and
good player,
he's been one of the best players for Leicester in the Championship. Too good for the Championship, man. I feel some of the players feeling like they have to leave. I'm sure some of them want to be around the club when we win something. That is the thing. And when are we going to win this, Pete?
We don't know, but we're going to have to disappoint some of these players and say you need to be moved on.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
We need to start looking at better quality.
Yep.
So we're having to disappoint for some players. Like Maxi understood the situation. He would probably have loved to have seen us win something. Could have nearly done in the Carabao Cup, but understood the reason why he had to be moved on. And these players need to learn this as well, unfortunately.
That is the thing.
We cannot be loyal to a lot of players now, unfortunately.
No. You've got to be ruthless. It's as simple as that. If you play for Real Madrid and you don't perform, unfortunately, you're going to get moved on, Pete. You're going to get moved on. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's
doesn't matter what your name is, who you are out. Simple as that. And can you imagine players like Sean Longstaff, player like Miggy, player like Murphy, all the players I mentioned play for Madrid, and you're not good enough, you got to go.
So but here it's going to have to go out that door.
Exactly. And would you prefer a 60 mil quality player that only turns up in 40% of the games, or a consistent average Premier League player that turns up 89% of the time? That's a difficult question.
Oh, yeah, that's a really difficult one.
You can have 40% if you deliver.
Yeah.
If you do 2 assists and score a goal and you only have 40% of the game, cool. I take that. But I want to see players deliver every week.
You need players delivering every week.
Yeah. I'm not saying Miggy should start, but he shouldn't feel pressure to leave. He can still be a squad player. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair.
But I believe we'll be working and I think there'll be a new right winger coming in through the door. I really, truly believe there will be.
Yeah. Elanga will be good for the Premier League, but those are 3 I'll go for. Elanga, Lindstrom, and I'll also go for Kuba as well from Sociedad as well. Here's a good one. Who would you let first? Isak or Gordon? Patrick, you put us in a difficult position, man.
Wow. I don't know. That's a really tough one.
Can I let you know on the next show? That is a tough one. Strikers are always hard to buy. Strikers are difficult to buy.
So you will probably say it'd have to be going then, because I don't think there might be other good wingers out there, but in terms of the strikers, it's hard to replace.
Yeah. You saw Isak, give me Osman. You saw Gordon, go and give me Kafashia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here to hear it. We just told you now, Patrick. But for me, it's a hard one. Very hard one. Kvaratskhelia would be a fantastic sign for Newcastle. But he wants Champions League every single season. Right, we're going to wrap it there, Pete, because I know you got a lot on as well. I do apologise to get you on in this afternoon, and then we're getting back all Gordon, indeed. And let's have a look at this one as well. To Leicester. Yes, indeed. So, you got any plans today, Pete? Any plans? You got any shows coming up this afternoon?
Yes, there'll be the live fan reaction show for the England-Slovakia game. People want to come on, have their thoughts either on the show or just in the live chat. And let's see if we are progressing to the quarterfinals, or we are going to be sent home early, and there'll be a lot of people saying Southgate out if that happens tonight. And I am really worried for tonight. I really, really am. Because this England have just not excited me. They've not excited anyone in this tournament. The football's been dross. People say they might turn it around, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really, really trailing worried for tonight. And if we go out tonight, well, all I can say is it was coming the way we've been playing in these Euros.
Yeah. Just to go on the latest news, they made anti-Elanga's transfer decision, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go and look at this. Oops, sugar. Sorry. I'm trying to get Elanga's decision as well. And he's not expecting to leave Forest during the Premier League's mad dash to meet PSL rules. So just according to the Forest, Nottingham Post, that he's not expecting to leave Forest. So that's that one gone. And let's have a look at this one. Go for comments as well. So what time are you doing the show tonight, Pete?
So it'll be 5:15. So just not long after the game finishes.
5:15. What time's the kickoff?
So it's 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock kickoff tonight.
You said 5:15 starting, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. 7:15. Yes. Sorry, 7:15 which is when we'll be doing the live fan reaction show. Okay.
Cool. I'll be there as well. We'll go through this comments as well. Make sure you smash the channel as well and Peach Child PD Prologue as well. I've always thought you needed an upgrade around for years. I thought that's why they got Gordon, but ended up playing on the left-hand side. Yep. And also got Harvey B as well. That's me not sleeping tonight. I reckon Ford on the left wing a bit risky when Gordon's around. You see him with City, he plays CAM.
Exactly. Sure. But why? But Southgate is playing him there.
Every time.
And that's who it's down to. That's why he's probably not been up to his standard, because he's playing in the wrong position.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's Southgate for you. And you know what? He should be sacked if you don't win this tonight. Changes a bit in the knockouts, hopefully. No problems, Bo. Thank you, P. And one positive, if you go out to dubs, value goes up. Oh, man. I see your point there. See your point. Get some more questions in, lads. I'm trying my hardest. We'll do that another time for you, Mr. Patrick. Get on the two people, watch along people. Yes, go on.
That's
go
the
on
place you want to go for the match day lives. Team review. That's where you'll.
Bosh.
That's the place for the watch alongs.
Bosh. You ever heard from Paul lately? Because I haven't spoken to him for ages, man. I'm trying to get him. But
yeah, been tuning in the team review. He's doing well. Doing very, very well.
Fantastic.
And Billy's been, and really shout out to Billy for some of the games, some of the Euro games he's doing by himself as well. Absolutely brilliant. He did the Switzerland Italy one. That was fantastic as well.
Yeah, you gotta love Billy as well, haven't you? You've got to love Billy. And noting Southgate, he would want to play for penalty shootout, lads. Gary, I tell you what, if he sets that up, do you know what? I've got to go to sleep. I've got to go for the siesta and wake us up when it comes to penalties. Yeah, simple as that. So that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap up the show there, and we'll go on Tony's show as well, 3:45 for the warm-up show, and we'll be talking about England as well, the lineups and the tactics as well, and do join him for that. And I'll be back very soon as well. And we did have 80 people watching the show live. Thank you very much indeed. And on Twitter, close to 500 people watched it live as well. So thank you very much indeed. That's that as well. And you take care as well, Patrick. And if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure we get the result we need tonight. 5 o'clock kickoff. We have got to win this game.
Otherwise, Southgate's dead man walking.
That. And let's do it. So, guys, like what we watch, make sure you like and subscribe. Do subscribe to JSTV, to Peter Pylock, and It's All Black and White TV. Like and subscribe to everyone. And as always, a winner, lads. Come on in.